going on, everybody? Welcome back. We are going to talk about this. I'm genuinely excited for this. I always get excited when we see these character silhouettes. I've never done videos on them, but this one we're going to start doing these videos on these because I think I have a good suspicion on what 3 of these characters are. The second silhouette I'm not too sure on. We're going to talk about that one. But I'm pretty sure this third one here is Brother Voodoo. On the far side, at the 4th spot, we have Morbius. And I think this is Kate Bishop. And we're going to talk about all that today. Talk about where I think these characters are going to slot into with these teams. And some reworks here. Possibly a new Supernatural team as well. So if you guys do enjoy this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And if you guys agree with anything I said here, or you have your own thoughts on what these would be along the way, make sure to drop that down below in the comment section as well. Let's dive into this. So, number 1 here, we've got this spot here of let me see. So this right here, I think this is Kate Bishop. And I've got 2 different theories on what we have coming with this patch. Number 1, we're getting a rework to Supernatural, which is going to give us a Midnight Suns team, and I'll talk about that. Or theory number 2 is that we're getting some characters to tie into the MCU. And right here, Kate Bishop. So if it's the MCU theory, we've got Kate Bishop, Agatha Harkness, Monica Rambeau, and then Morbius on the far side. And these are all characters that are part of the MCU. Kate Bishop is part of the Hawkeye show. Agatha and Monica are both part of WandaVision. And Morbius is getting a movie releasing April 1st, 2022. So a little bit of like, hey, these are some of the characters we've had in shows already. Here's a character we have coming up in an upcoming movie. It could be something with that. I think that's less likely than our other option, which is going to be a rework that gets us a Midnight Suns team with the Midnight Suns game releasing in, I believe, Midnight Suns releases in March of 2022. So this could be here soon. This is either, I think the more likely theory is that this is going to be a Midnight Suns team, and that this 3rd spot's going to be Brother Voodoo. We get Morbius and the 4th spot, possibly a legendary team. Can talk about that too. And this could be Agatha here, and this could be Kate Bishop here. So let's just start with Kate. Yeah, let's not deviate any further. Kate Bishop releasing to the game could be part of, the rumor has been, a West Coast Avengers team. And right now, we've got Hawkeye, Vision, and Scarlet Witch could all be part of the West Coast Avengers. Or Kate Bishop could also be part of the Young Avengers. We just took Miles out of that team. And Young Avengers is kind of this weird spot. Could bring Kate in to that Young Avengers team to help replace Miles. Or part of this new West Coast Avengers team, possibly. That would give us 4 characters for that team. That's something that's something that Scopely has done quite a bit. And you could get some kind of team going there where you get a rework to Hawkeye. Scarlet Witch and Vision, I think, really should get together more. Like, they have obviously they get together in the comics. And they don't really have a lot of synergy with each other. They've got a little bit here and there, but there's nothing here that really makes them a dynamic duo. So I think we're overdue for something where Scarlet Witch and Vision both work together really, really well. Not on the level of Cersei and Icarus, because that would just be broken, but they need to have more synergy with each other. They don't really have that. It's a shame. They should be getting that. So we get something there with West Coast Avengers, Vision, Scarlet Witch, and then we get Hawkeye as well. The Wave 1 Avengers is in a bit of a weird spot too. If you're using Black Widow, probably using her with Skilletary, and that Wave 1 Avengers team is starting to kind of splinter a little bit. Hawkeye has great synergy with Black Widow, but once Black Widow is gone, Hawkeye's a bit of a liability on that team. So Hawkeye goes into your West Coast Avengers. You bring in Kate Bishop, and now you have 2 duos. You have Kate and Hawkeye, and you also have, or let's just say Clint and Kate, and then you have Wanda and Vision, and you have two duos with great synergy within their respective sets, and it's part of this new West Coast Avengers team. So that could be something there. Or it could be Young Avengers. I think I would like the West Coast Avengers possibility way, way more. But I won't say no to a Young Avengers buff there either. Now, in terms of that second spot, this is one where I honestly don't know who this is. And a lot of people were speculating this could be Agatha. And if it is Agatha, that means we're getting some kind of rework to your Supernatural. I think this is Brother Voodoo, and I think this is Morbius. That's my theory on these two spots. I think that's more likely than my theory of an MCU tie-in where this is Monica and Morbius. I think this is Brother Voodoo. And because we have the Midnight Suns game coming out in March, you know, this is kind of like cross promotion here, and we get a rework to the Supernatural team. And let's be honest, the Supernatural team is solid, but it's really fallen off. It's been power crept. So if you get some new blood into your Midnight Suns team, great. And it reworks Supernatural. And we've seen this before. Defenders is like the most famous example where a team just basically gets splintered off into different directions. Daredevil goes to Shadowland, Jessica Jones is left on the bench, and then you have Iron Fist and Luke Cage who have gone off to Heroes for Hire. So I think what you're going to see here is Doctor Strange, Elsa, and Ghost Rider will all move over to this Midnight Suns team. I think, though, also I could see just Elsa and Ghost Rider, and I could see Doctor Strange staying with Mordo and possibly be part of this future scientist, or not scientist supreme, sorcerer supreme that we're supposed to get with the what if version of Doctor Strange. Could be getting these two tied in with him later on, but I think Elsa and Ghost Rider are solid locks for the Midnight Suns team, because like Ghost Rider forms the Midnight Suns, and Elsa is a very important part of the Midnight Suns team as well. Doctor Strange, if I recall correctly, was like a latecomer to that team. Someone who's more knowledgeable with the comics and everything is going to have to lecture me on that one. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I believe Doctor Strange was a latecomer to that team and wasn't really involved until later on. So I can see that where Strange is put on the bench with Mordo and we get something with him in the future. I don't know, but yeah, Ghost Rider, I really feel like Ghost Rider and Elsa, part of this Midnight Suns team, and if that is just those two for Midnight Suns, then something here with Agatha. But then also, could you do something with Agatha and Scarlet Witch? And yeah, I don't know, man. I love this because there's a lot of speculation. There's a lot of going back and forth with what this could possibly be. But I'm excited. Like, if this is a rework to Supernatural, if we get a Midnight Suns team, I'm all in. We haven't even gotten to Morbius yet. And we'll get to him, because there's been talk about him being a legendary. But yeah, this is gonna be fun. Brother Voodoo or Monica Rambeau in that third spot. But yeah, there's what do you guys think? Do you guys think this is gonna be a rework to Supernatural? We're getting the Midnight Suns team here. Do you think this is something else? I feel like this is the most likely possibility. It's gonna suck to put Mordo and Strange on the bench potentially. Mordo, I feel like, is definitely gonna be on the bench. Strange is up in the air. Depends on if that is Agatha and that is part of the Midnight Suns team. Though I could easily see her, if that's Agatha, I could see that being part of the something with Scarlet Witch possibly as well. Who knows? But yeah, I think Midnight Suns is going to be the most likely possibility here. And then finally we get to Morbius over here. This has to be Morbius. You've got what looks like a collar here, and you've got two ears, two very tall pointed ears. This really feels like Morbius. And you know, he's got like sort of like the Dracula look going on here, and Morbius is motivated by is like referenced, or is like it's Dracula basically. It's not actually Dracula, but you look at Morbius and you think, hey, that's Dracula. Like, this really feels like he's got the tall collar like you see with Dracula. Got the two ears. That definitely, I really feel like that's definitely Morbius. This one I would be surprised. The name is also kind of short here, and I don't put too much stock into these names because they mess with them. Like, especially with Heroes T'Challa, like his name in game is Star-Lord T'Challa. They just shorten this to T'Challa. So like, your names aren't necessarily always gonna be correct or accurate here in the portraits. And you know, that goes back here to this thing. This is a very, very long name here. So Monica Rambeau or Brother Voodoo would both fit this right here. Kate Bishop's a little bit shorter. Agatha Harkness is I don't know. This I don't know, man. But also, like, if you look at it, it really feels like the kerning or the space between the letters here for T'Challa is a little bit less than, say, like Scarlet Spider or Ghost Spider. I don't know. I feel like these names here are a little bit like there's a little more space to them. I don't know. Maybe I feel like I'm that guy from Always Sunny, where I'm like at the board at this point trying to figure things out. I don't know, man. Like, let me know what you guys think, because like I feel like this is gonna be Morbius. I feel like we're due for Legendary, and yeah, I think people would get behind Morbius being a Legendary far more than, say, Jubilee or Shuri. Those were always some weird Legendary choices for me. But Morbius does feel like he would be worthy of a Legendary tag. And we are due for one. It's been a few patches since we got Omega Red as the last Legendary. We've gotten the Eternals plus Dormammu. And then we had 2 months where we had Magic plus T'Challa and the Web Warrior. So it's been 3 to 4 months since we got Omega Red. And actually, yeah, if you look at it here, you can see Adam Warlock was the last Legendary. In that time, you got Secret Avengers, you got Shang-Chi plus New Warriors, and then you got Weapon X. So a good 3 to 4 months between Legendaries is about the pace they're going for. At Marvel Strike Force, we are definitely due for a Legendary here with this pacing. So this really feels like, and also Legendaries are almost always the final character in their patch. Actually, yeah, Omega Red was at the end of his patch. Adam Warlock was at the end of his patch. I believe Legendaries are always at the end of their patches. So yeah, if this is a Legendary, if this is Morbius, this is most likely a Legendary. I'm not gonna say 100%, but I feel like this is a Legendary event with Morbius. I feel like that would be one that makes sense. Players probably agree with him being a Legendary character. He is he's got quite a story to him. But let me know what you guys think down below. Do you guys think I'm right with this? Do you guys have different opinions on this? What do you guys think is coming here with these teams? Let me know down below. As always, if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure that like button, share, and subscribe. I will see you guys next time.